Hello everyone, this is Sheila Shaffie. I just couldn't bear doing another video inside, so I've decided to do this one even though it's quite cold outside and it's windy, so maybe we'll just make it a brisk conversation. And I just wanted to continue our conversations and our chats around process mapping. And in an earlier video that I will provide the link right above, we talked about a checklist around process mapping, or how do you best prepare for documenting a process. Now this is really important because knowing what you're trying to get out of your process mapping exercise really provides the right lens and the right perspective for your analysis. It guards you against going through analysis paralysis mode where you're trying to absolutely understand every single nuance to a process, and it also guards you against doing an analysis at such a high level that you won't get the real details needed behind, again, what it is that you're trying to solve for. So the best thing you can do is go back to your problem statement, which hopefully you built somewhere in your business case. And if you haven't, again, I will provide a link for you to go back to understanding some of the more fundamental principles about projects in general, but how do you develop a robust problem statement before you even start embarking on a process. But when you go back to your problem statement and understanding what your intent is, what it is you're trying to solve for, that also defines the objectives for process mapping. And that is important because 4 things will become more clear to you. Number 1 is an understanding of how much data do you really need to collect when you're documenting the process. How deep of an understanding do you need to have in order to uncover the issues that you're trying to solve for? The third item may be, what is the best type of a process map that you can utilize for this particular activity? You may have heard of journey mapping or value stream mapping, or even just a simple flow chart. Each of those types of maps have very different objectives and outcomes. And the last part, that again, understanding what it is you're trying to solve for helps you understand or better plan for process mapping, is who do you need to interview when you're documenting that process, and what are the types of questions you should really focus their attention on. So again, this is all, think of them as a planning stage, a pre-documentation stage that I just want you to think through and walk yourself through, again, to understand, am I doing this documentation just to get a general understanding of how the business is operating so I can provide my team with a general understanding, or use my understanding of the general process to put documentations in place, in which case, great. Not a lot of planning is needed. You can go about it anytime you want. You don't have to really think about the different types of maps you may even want to use, or the kinds of data you need to collect. That's kind of out of the way. Where you need to really stay focused and continue to watch the upcoming videos is when you have a real problem you're trying to solve around how does the process impact client experience, or how do we remove excess wait time and speed up the process, speed up the speed of the process, or how do I improve the quality and the performance of the products and the services that are reliant on this section of the process. So that's really what I wanted to focus your attention on, is please do not start mapping a process until you have a very good understanding of, again, what it is you're trying to solve for, because knowing what you're trying to solve for defines everything else in making sure that you have a very successful process mapping exercise. So that's it for this week. Next week, I'm going to jump into defining boundaries, followed up with segmentation, so stay tuned. And if in the meantime you have any particular questions around, well, Sheila, what's a value stream map? Or I've heard about customer journey mapping, but never done that before. If you have any comments or questions about anything in particular that we talked about today, leave it in the comment section below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I'm grateful that you came today. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. And thank God I'm still alive and not frozen. Thanks, everyone. Bye.